Right, we're live with just a minute or so to go. Because of the way that these live streams are going to work over the course of the next 10 days and the rest, basically what we are going to do, we're not going to do a full 3-minute countdown to lead into it. We're just going to dive straight in, give it a minute or so for everyone to get settled and join us. But if you have just said hello, and we've got Andrew English who's watching. Good evening, all. Good evening to you. Well, good morning to our American brethren. And Andrew English is asking, how is the investigation going? That is off the back of a comment that was made yesterday. Yes, there's stuff to talk about, and we'll get into that in a second. But looking at the clock, I'll let everyone just get settled. Once again, if you have just joined us, pleasure to have you here, which means you are a subscriber. As always, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and it'll let you know when we go live. It's going to be around this time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT, as we get ourselves ready for San Diego Comic-Con. During con itself, it's very possible what I'll be doing is live streams around 9:30, to kind of like do a morning show for everybody who's maybe in a line, everyone's in a queue. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. But it's the top of the hour. Let's do at least the opening credits, and then we'll dive into today's Talking Con. Right, hello there, everybody. Welcome along to Talking Con, a cup of tea with Englishman in San Diego. I have my tea, and hopefully you've got yours as well. Hopefully you've got your coffees and whatever you're doing to get started in your day, especially if you are on the West Coast. We've got ourselves our San Diego brethren in the room. So we've got Chuck Cook, who's saying good morning from San Diego. What's the weather like in San Diego? I've been looking at the weather for the San Diego Comic-Con week, and apparently it's just going to be very pleasant. It's going to be very nice. So tell us what it's like in the moment. Thankfully, here in the UK, the heat wave that we've had recently has broken a little bit. So we've kind of got a little bit more breathing room. So that's rather handy. A little bit cooler. We're going to have the rain definitely tomorrow, by all accounts. So we're no longer competing with San Diego for our temperatures. But hopefully in San Diego, it's nice and warm for you. Michael P. is saying hello. Good morning, all as well. Michael, pleasure to have you along. So, yeah, after all of the fun and games and excitement of the panels, thankfully now for the live streams going forward for this week, certainly, going to be a little short, say 20, half an hour slots. Stuff just to cover what we've just been talking about and what we've discovered for Comic-Con news over the course of the day. I mean, there's been a fair amount already, actually. There's some stuff that I cover. What I do when it comes to my social medias. So, for example, I cover both Threads and Blue Sky. I keep an eye on both, and I have myself a nice little thread which I keep an eye on. So, for example, the 2000 AD doing nice work on Blue Sky, giving their updates. I've got myself a nice little SDCC feed which I keep a track on. But yeah, 2000 AD have got a fair amount on. This actually kind of dovetails nicely into what we were talking about yesterday and what Andrew English kind of referred to in the comments, which was what about the British representation at San Diego Comic-Con, and how slight is it, considering that, well, it's rather problematic for a number of Brits to get out there, and indeed anyone from outside of the US, any European visitors or international visitors wanting to come to the US at the moment, it's just rather problematic. Well, as it happens, we've got ourselves a little bit of a list so far, and I am going to continue to add to this list as we get ourselves more and more information about who's actually appearing. So far, I have myself, are you ready? 8 names, 8 people total. 5, 3, 8. Dominic Lewis, who's a composer. Freddie Stromer, who's an actor, who admittedly also doesn't actually quite count in this list because he's married to an American. He lives in the States now, but he's still got this English passport. Paul Cornell, writer. Jock, who, of course, infamous artist. Tula Lote, artist as well. Both of these of those are kind of tied in with distilleries. So you've got the kind of because they are sort of presidents, co-creators of distillery, or certainly co-creative endeavors for distillery. They have that kind of work visa connection, so that's all sorted for them. Steve Morris, obviously he's working for Rebellion. They'll have provided his work visa. He's the marketing bod for 2000 AD and is going to be appearing on a number of the 2000 AD panels. Martin Simmons, the artist for the Department of Truth and also Universal Monsters, The Mummy. Universal Monsters, Dracula, sorry, with James Tynion. They've got themselves, he's heading out there as well. And of course, Duncan Jones, who's the director of Rogue Trooper, going out on Rebellion's dime because he's making that for Rebellion. So it means is that it? 8 people? I don't think about that. That seems incredibly slight. But I am going to be going continually through the programming at the moment and seeing who else is possibly going to be coming from the States. But it kind of says an awful lot that certainly when I went out to San Diego Comic-Con, when I first started going, I kept hearing international voices left, right, and center. So it speaks volumes that we're currently in a place where we're not hearing those voices anymore. So 2000 AD, Galaxy's Greatest Panel. We've got the likes of, I'm not saying that out. Yeah, it's Chloe. Oh, it's Chloe from their podcast, an American, as it happens. So she's got no problem. But Steve Morris, like I say, marketing manager for 2000 AD, he's heading out. Jock, and you've got yourself as well, Brad and Lisa Gullickson from Comic Book Couples Counseling. They're going to be taking part in that panel, which is interesting considering I'm wondering if they're going to be the moderator or is it going to be Steve? But there. Tula Lote is, I mentioned her, Dan. I did mention her in the list. She's heading out as well. Like I say, between her and Jock, they are certainly distillery co-founders of that particular effort. Right. As it happens, when it comes to 2000 AD, that was all announced as well on the Comics Beat, which put the flyer out, which they've got of their panels and stuff that they've got happening at the moment, happening this year. Let's go to that one. Yeah. So 2000 AD Greatest Panel, that's going to be on the Thursday between 2 and 3 in 23 ABC with Jock, with Steve, with Brad and Lisa, etc. You got Future Shocks with Nick Dragotta and Chris Condon taking place between 7 and 8 in room 9 on Thursday. And then on Saturday, you have Face the Future with Stephanie Williams, Hayden Sherman, and Matt Bowes between 5 and 6 on room 9. And then every day between Thursday and Saturday, Jock is going to be signing on the 2000 AD Rebellion booth at 2121. So that is what the 2000 AD guys are doing, but that kind of gives you an idea of what Jock's participation is with the con. Right, what else can we talk about? So like I say, I've got the bits and pieces which I do keep an eye on when it comes to what's coming. I mean, like I say, 2000 AD are really kind of pushing what they're doing at the moment. I also keep an eye on threads as well with my SDCC and Comic Con banners, which means I've been spotting news like this. So, for example, 100 Soft are indeed pushing what they're doing with their exclusive portal. So the portal is open if you do want to get yourself a possible 100% soft with booths that are open throughout the course of the day, and they're going to be taking part in the exclusive portal open at the moment. And of course, it will close for edits on July 17th. So 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, Thursday. Ideally, what I would suggest you would do is look at tomorrow for closing off what you are going to be choosing for your exclusive portal, because there may still have been edited stuff, and indeed things have been added to the exclusive portals list off the back of the panels that have been announced over the course of the weekend. Okay, something else that kind of cropped up as well. Some lucky person will receive this sketch, which Chris Mays has done, and he's going to be appearing at his panel, so his booth, sorry. So if you want to find out more, you can follow Chris's Blue Sky account, bluesky.app or bsky.app/profile/chrismays.com for more information about that. But it is going to be something that he's turned into a print for the Mays mystery box, and more mystery box news to follow later on today. So do jump onto Chris's panel. Okay, we've got a mobile film update there from Susie Botello. So they're always good and interesting panels to follow. So good to have Susie showing the word on that. In fact, I might as well like and reshare, because it's always good to spread the word about fun and interesting things that are happening at Comic-Con, including this one here. This is Geeky Hooker. Now, I'm a huge fan of what Geeky Hooker does. Seeing rumors that IMDb boat won't be at SDCC this year. The real question is if Con Air will have a street team. And then you'd like to hope so. But what Geeky Hooker does at San Diego is just brilliant. Since 2011, she's been doing these little characters for strangers to find at Comic-Con. Announced one of the little things that she's put together for Comic-Con this year. It's Jeff the Shark, Jeff the Land Shark. Just brilliant stuff. And yeah, that's going to be available on somewhere around town. She will be updating her threads and Instagram with the additions, and then she'll be kind of dropping instructions as to where you can possibly find them around the convention center, so everyone has a chance to find them. But there's some really good ones that she's done over the course of the for this year's San Diego Comic-Con. Oscar the Grouch, which is just a brilliant addition to the lineup. Yeah, some really fun stuff that she's been doing. And once again, all of these that she's been crocheting, and they'll be available around the convention center. And yeah, brilliant stuff indeed. What have we got here? Right, something else that I want to talk about as well is the kind of things that we've been covering on the Convention Collective, including something that's starting today, which I don't know if anyone's aware. If you are in San Diego, either you're in town early, or you've managed to get there and you're having a bit of a long and extended holiday, or if you are local to San Diego Comic-Con, or indeed, this is something that you can check out throughout the course of the next 2 weeks, or the next now week and a half of San Diego, which is Echoes from the Galaxy. This is Julian's Auctions, which have put this together, and it is a memorabilia exhibit, which is open as of today, ahead of a massive auction that they're running. And some really cool stuff up for grabs, which will be part of an auction that takes place on the last day of San Diego Comic-Con. This has been put together by Julian's Auctions House and Turner Classic Movies, with a worn on set and on the film Stormtrooper helmet. So that's up for grabs. Also, the lightsabers used by Ewan McGregor, Liam Neeson, Ray Park, and also Mark Hamill's production-made saber from Return of the Jedi. That's going to be in there as well. There's all sorts of bits and pieces that are being made available in this rather cool exhibition. Admittedly, we are talking some high prices, I can imagine, for this kind of stuff. As Chuck says, me with no lottery jackpot, tell me about it. It is, let's put it this way, I'm entering the Euro Millions, and it is an online auction as well. So heaven knows if I win in the course over the next 10 days, I may just be diving in onto that. But yeah, that's really, really interesting to go and see, because like I say, okay, you can kind of like look at it as a bit of window shopping for something you're never going to afford, or you can just go up and check out some really cool bits and pieces from this from this auction, which you can, let me just go through and kind of check out. So like I say, a Star Wars New Hope Stormtrooper helmet, hilts, sabers from the Phantom Menace, what's the prototype head from of Yoda. Okay. Yeah, it even gives you a little bit of an idea of how much you're going to be expecting to dive into. 1983 Kenner Darth Vader card backproof. It's going to be $2,000 worth. And the original mock-up artwork for the poster with the Return of the Jedi, looking at anywhere between $12,000 and $15,000. Insane. Really, really cool. But like I say, head to the conventioncollective.com for more information. We've also got the video trailers in there as well, giving you some more background to this brilliant exhibition. It's taking place at the Comic-Con Museum up at Balboa Park. So do go check it out. I think it's going to be something to see ahead of a hell of an auction that takes place on the Sunday of San Diego Comic-Con. Right, let's have a quick look through some more of the updates coming through from the latest news from San Diego Comic-Con. And what people have been talking about the panels and what you can expect to try and do to get in. One of the panels that has been under discussion has been Alien Earth, and why on earth it's being put on Saturday between the Friday between 2 o'clock, because at the end of the day it's supposed to be a adult themed show. So how on earth is it justifying this kind of in a big room, which is supposed to be all ages, how adult and how much of a horror themed alien show is going to be? But also people have been talking about what it's going to take to actually get into the room for that. As it happens, looking at the Hall H schedule, certainly for Thursday and Friday, it's very niche and specific panels, which means people aren't going to be retaining for a great deal of these. However, you are going to be looking at least an hour or so, or at least a couple of hours, to kind of make sure that you are in the room for that particular panel. Toby, I saw some of the items for that auction. I had an item or two when I was a kid. I wish I had some money. Yeah, I totally agree. It's something that I wish that I would have had as well, would have available as well. I did kind of just have a look at this. That's not going to be me. Rebecca Hicks talking about her 18th year exhibiting at Comic-Con. Already excited to see my friends. Who's getting fist bumps and me? You can catch her in the IP Pavilion at booth 5535. You can, of course, head to everything what I can do. Let's go say hello to Michael. Oh, yes, indeed. Nope, we'll keep going through. Where's Craig? Thunderhead is coming to SDCC. Join here to join the Flower Power Army and get in on the sweet Easy Bird special. And you can also catch Andy Belanger at the Comic Sketch art booth, where he'll have all the info you have on Leatherhead, Lethal Comics, and he'll probably give you a Ric Flair chop as well. So there we go. Wes Craig, Kevin Castigliero, and Lethal Comics having their own panel, Superheroes on Acid. That's going to be quite the setup. So there we go. Let's have a look at this. Andrew English. This is about Alien Earth. It's going to be as adult as the Alien Earth pop-up at MCM. Okay. Yeah, possibly. I think I know what you're on about, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be an adult show, but maybe it's going to be a way of just saying to people, okay, if you're under the age of 15, maybe now is the time to kind of duck out and disappear. Kat Calamia, she's promoting her panels, how Kickstarter can kickstart your career in room 28DE between 2 and 3. with Carl Choi, Kat Calamia, this has been mentioned about yesterday, Charles Stickney and Phil DeFranco sharing advice on how to concept, plan and launch a successful crowdfunding campaign, and then how to make a comic book anthology with Kat Calamia again and Phil Falco, along with Michelle Alabonda, Clay Adams, and Russell Noty. A very strong panel indeed. Again, 29 AB, and that's between 7 and 8 on the Friday. Kat is just a star, and I'm looking forward to hopefully speaking to her at some point and getting her back on the show, because she's just an absolute rock star. Just to let you know, when it comes to special guests, we are going to be having a couple this week, which I'm really looking forward to speaking to. We've got ourselves Katrina Dennis, who is a known friend to a number of people who go to San Diego Comic-Con, although she hasn't been for a few years. She's an absolute ball of energy. She's absolutely fantastic. And she's going to be appearing as an exhibitor at San Diego Comic-Con this year, because she has I believe it's a range of aromatics, which are themed and shaped towards nerd and geeky interests. So she's going to be coming on the show, talking about what she's expecting or hoping from San Diego Comic-Con, seeing she hasn't been for a few years now, and what she's also expecting for her experience as an exhibitor for the first time. That's going to be tomorrow. Confirming that, because she did turn around and say, I'm up for Tuesday, and then said something about an evening. So I want to make sure that she's okay for Tuesday morning. So fingers crossed about that. We just had word about the Gen V panel, apparently. Let's have a quick gander on the information about that. Where have you found out about that, Michael? Because it ain't on the threadies. Could do with a bit more information about that. So please do spread the word about that one, please. But no, apparently the Gen V panel info has been released. I'm guessing it'll also be on the Comic-Con website. So, unofficial blog. Do I have to? Really? Ah, dearie me. The be-all and end-all is the unofficial blog. But okay, I'd prefer to get it directly from the source, as it were. But let's have a look at this. Prime Video announcing. Here we go. Ah, chapsticks. Bought one from her company. There we go. I don't apologize, Michael. At the end of the day, they get the information. They either get it from, well, they get it from wherever they get it from, I suppose. Prime Video sharing information about their panels. Upload will get a Friday panel in room 60 at 11:15 in the morning with creator, producer, and director Craig Daniels, with stars Robbie Amell, Andy Ello, Kevin Bigley, and Allegra Edwards on hand to discuss the ending of the series, share sneak peeks, and more. And then Butterfly takes over from 5 AB on Friday from 1:30 with a panel with series star and executive producer Daniel Day Kim to discuss the new series with the cast members Piper Berabo, Raina Hardsey, and more. There will also be giveaways. And then finally, Gen Z will get a Friday Ballroom 20 panel at 3:45 with Jazz Sinclair, Maddie Phillips, London for Derek Liu, Hamish Linkletter, and Michelle Facrius. So, yeah, that's going to be Friday at 3:45 in Ballroom 20. But then again, we talked about Ballroom 20. It's just going to be an incredibly busy room indeed. Fandom Ventures. I'm refreshing different socials for the South Park experience offsite RSVP link. Yes, as soon as I get any information about that, I'll be resharing on my socials. Of course, head to Englishman SDCC, and I'll do what I can to spread as much as I possibly can. Thanks for joining us, Fandom Ventures. Pleasure to have you here. So there we go. That is the update for Gen V, which has been posted. Of course, you can head to unofficial blog for more information about that, sdccblog.com. More than likely, I've got it in my inbox, which hopefully Dan has sent. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's all down to... yeah, he did send it to me. What did you send it about? A minute ago. Okay, thanks for that, Dan. Hopefully we would have had the email as well. But we'll get that up on the Convention Collective. But there you go, the unofficial blog on the ball on that one. Okay, what else we got that we can talk about? Like I say, these are only going to be short sessions on these particular shows because it is all about updates at this point. So, for example, Felicia Day, for the first time in a long time, doing a signing on site at San Diego Comic-Con. Sales Pavilion on the Friday between 11 and 1 at Area 10 AA05. And it is going to be ticketed. She's also going to be on 2 panels on Thursday as well. We'll announce that soon. So that is Felicia Day going to be seen in the Sales Pavilion. And 8 minutes ago, we had ourselves an update from Patrick Ballesteros. You know me and my puns. I'm actually quite proud of this batch as I snuck in a lot of Filipino ones in there. You'll never know what we'll hit and miss. And nowadays, I just go, will I get an eye roll from my wife and kid? Yeah, Patrick, of course, dishing these out at his booth. He's going to be incredibly busy over the course of that weekend. And yeah, some really cool panels there. I'm loving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle panels. Sticker set, that's rather cute. Yeah, great stuff indeed. Yeah, Patrick is absolutely on the ball when it comes to his stuff, and the stuff that he's going to have on his booth is going to be amazing. So there we go. Love it to death. Excellent stuff. Yeah, once again, you can follow me. I'll do what I can to share what I can. I really should be doing this now while I'm talking to you. So yeah, do follow me on my socials. And I'll do what I can to spread as much as I possibly can the love of San Diego Comic-Con on the way with 10 days to go. Try that again. I think that's pretty much me for the day. If there's any information that you have or want to get hold of, let me know and I'll do what I can to find out for you. And of course, you can just head to my socials, Englishman SDCC, and I'll do what I can to spread the word. Once again, though, tomorrow, Katrina Dennis. And then on Thursday, we're going to be joined by some very special guests who are going to be bringing us a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive update. This is from Den of Geek, who are going to be, we're going to be having a representative Den of Geek and also some tech boys joining us about something very special that's happening throughout San Diego Comic-Con, and very much looking forward to talking about that. That's going to be on Thursday. So hopefully, Katrina Dennis tomorrow, all the updates that we can fill out on Wednesday, and then we've got ourselves a Den of Geek special that's going to be on Thursday. Hopefully you can join us for the shows throughout the course of the week. But once again, any updates that you're wanting me to keep my eyes open for, I will do what I can to keep an eye on that South Park Experience offsite link. Follow me on my socials, Englishman SDCC, and I'll post them to both Threads and Blue Sky as soon as I get the latest word. Okay? So, from me to you, thank you very much indeed. Do take care. Once again, like and subscribe and follow all we're up to on the show, because it will let you know when we're going live. The Katrina Dennis, I'm hoping for a 10 a.m. start, but if it's something that she's going to need to do a little bit later on in the day, I'll try and sort something out and we'll have a bit of a later show. Hopefully not something like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. But if that's what happens, it's now time for me to start moving into California time zones. So I think I might just have to do that. Do take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And once again, hopefully we'll get some more information your way for San Diego Comic-Con on the way. From me to you, yeah, we'll speak to you on the other side. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.